Well, hey guys, welcome to the corner where we talk about anime, manga, and everything in between. Today we talk about Tenkyo no Alderman. You know, the anime I talked about last episode, and I was going to have a mid-season with. But what ended up happening was something very interesting. As I hit the midway point and started doing my video, I ended up missing a lot of important details, and I scrapped the video, and I was like, no, I need to have more detail. So I'm doing this episode by episode because there's a lot of detail in every episode, and you'll see why here in a second. In this episode, we hit a point of coming off from the first episode. They're in a predicament with soldiers already on their encampment type of situation, and the General Icky that we know is going to be a general from the foreshadowing of what was said, not from foreshadowing, but from the narrative of what was said, shows off on why he is an amazing general, why he is who he is, and what he does type of situation. He is a very complex character as well, very complex when it comes down to it. He situated this whole plan to deceive these soldiers and find out how many of them they were, and then took them all out with the people they had. So they went in, killed them off, which, by the way, there is blood in this, there is gore. I did not know until this episode, but it kind of should have been a little bit more obvious since it is more of a serious anime. Now, the details that you get in this before he gets out, they get off the island and go to where they're about to head. Well, Iki's character advancement is shown a lot more in this episode. It shows that he's very sensitive, he doesn't like to kill people, and he went to bury people, and he felt very sympathetic towards them. He got the spirits and took their soul stones to be able to get them thrown into the circulation of what's been going on with the religion and stuff like that. Well, you see a completely different side of him than what you used to, that cocky, perverted type of guy, to the sensitive, the guy that cares, the guy that will do funerals for his enemy. You get to see another side to him when he comes up with a plan in a short amount of time, to where they use the blimp that the soldiers had, and devised a plan to get everybody across the border safely along with the princess, which went off without a hitch. It was like bam, 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 and they went right into what they needed to do. So they saved the princess, got back to the kingdom, and all of a sudden these events start to transpire. They obviously know they're going to get a few wishes, but what turns end up happening is they end up meeting up with the Emperor, having this meeting with the Emperor. But before that even happens, the Iki tries warning a general who's about to go into battle in an area that they are purposely trying to let fall. So he's going to be a fallen hero in this war, apparently. In a land that they were trying to lose anyways because it wasn't developing properly in the first place. He tried warning the general, tried getting him to fall back, but the general wouldn't hear of it, and that's pretty much what it came down to. They meet up with the Emperor, and the Emperor himself makes them knights, Imperial Knights, pretty much, and Iki's actually pissed about this because Iki never wanted to be an Imperial Knight. It's extremely opposite from what he wants. He doesn't want to be a hero. He doesn't want to be a knight. He doesn't want to be in that spotlight type situation. He doesn't care. He even makes a reference to it at the party, and he starts yelling at the princess for what happened, and the princess finds out who he is. You find out that he's related to a great general. His mom ended up becoming part of a harem and died, and that's when he flipped out and pushed the princess up against the cart and was like, don't ever talk to me, don't ever talk about my mother like that again, and stuff like that. This is after the Emperor meeting, So it's more of that personal point where she knows about it, and they all understand this was a political gain. So they were made the heroes, so the populace would have that moment in time. Um, as time went on, it gets to the party, and it gets discussed on how he does not want to be in this position. He does not like this. It may be his partner's greatest dream. This is what she wants, but in the end, it's not what he wants. He never wanted that, and now he's stuck in this situation that he can't get out of. The episode pretty much ends at that moment in time, gets into a little bit of details in the next episode, which I'm not going to ruin for you guys because I've already seen the next episodes, that type of situation. But like I said, I'm doing the episode by episode review on that. There was a lot when it came down to this episode that just got chopped in there, and it didn't seem rushed, but or anything like that. It, like I said in the first episode when I was watching it, it seems very evenly paced, and it actually has what you think you would want to see in an anime. It has consistency. It has what it needs to continue on with the anime. I've been enjoying the fantasy type of aspect and the action adventure. It all combines into one nice evenly package so far. This episode brought out a big light on character development that they are bringing into effect at this moment in time, and I'm hoping to be able to learn about more of the other generals as well over Ikki, but it's obvious that Ikki's going to be the main character. As the first episode, it was kind of a hint at type situation, but as of second episode, it seems very apparent that Ikki is going to be the main protagonist in the whole series. I'm hoping that, like I said before, I'm hoping later on I get more details about generals and stuff, and I'm saying this as if I've watched this for the first time, but you know, I just want to make sure it sounds proper in this situation. Other than that, second episode continues, still has that good consistency. It did surprise me on what happened. It had a great vibe to it. It had a great motion. Honestly, for you guys that are following me right now on this anime, it's going to be episode by episode because of the detail in it. It's chock full of details. And I think that's what makes this anime a great anime right now. It's the details that it gives in a nice, fast, but paced fashion. Not even, it's not too slow, it's not too fast. It's literally going at a good pace when it comes down to it. It's not leaving out any details that I would expect not to see. The only things that it leaves out is the journey time it took them to get to the border or stuff like that. Because they actually explain what the plan was after the plan was done. Type of situation. Yeah, this is what happened as you see them walking across the bridge. Oh my god, I can't believe we just did that. Those type of situations. Yes, I enjoy these characters right now. Yes, I love how the princess is set up, and yes, they did good character development on the princess, who feels that her royal blood is rotten type of situation, and Ikki resolves the situation with her, and so on and so forth. It goes into a Loli moment, Loli moment, Loli moment. Anyways, other than that, I really did enjoy the episode. I loved it more than I loved it, and as we continue on to the next episode, I hope it continues. I hope it still stays consistent. I hope it still stays in that zone where it keeps you interested, intact, and where you have to pay attention, because if you're not, you will miss something. Anyways, until the next time, I hope you guys have a great day and a fun one as well.